the Coach's Corner. Listen, we have something different going on this time.
Hey, Coach, you cutting out? Hey, you guys, if you can hear me, we are having some challenges. Look, anytime that you are intentional about something, distractions will follow. And the internet and our connection wants to just not allow us to be great. But, Coach, I'm not sure if everybody can still hear me, but I am on. If you are able to come back in. So, you guys. This is the Coach's Corner, and welcome.
I am outside.
Coach, you're in and out. Can you hear me? Coach, we cannot hear you. You can hear me, Tay. Great, Tay. Thank you. We're gonna just wait. Coach Hadassah, she should be coming back in. The connection's a little bit disconnected today. But look, you guys, so welcome all of you joining the Coach's Corner today. Again, you guys, we are talking about a good topic. The Coach's Corner is designed to help you get to your next level. It is Coach Cotton and Coach Hadassah here. We operate the Coach's Corner on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coach will be coming back soon, you guys. So listen, what are we talking about today? Let's talk about some updates, you guys. As you can see, the aesthetics and the different changes that we have made. As you can see, we are now operating from the Coach's Corner Facebook page and YouTube. So look, everybody who's on here, get your phones, right? Get your phones out right now. I need for you guys to go to the Coach's Corner Facebook page. I need you to go ahead and do that and like and follow the Facebook page on the Coach's Corner, right? Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Tay. And then also share that page. And then also after that, go ahead and subscribe to the Coach's Corner YouTube channel with Coach Hadassah and Coach Cotton. We are trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the week. And I know we can do it. Y'all believe we can do it? Yes, we can. Why? We are deliberate and intentional about this goal. We want this broadcast to reach people. We want to reach multitudes of people. Just like you guys come here and show up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday faithfully. Thank you so much. We wanted to get to more people so they can understand, have clarity, get wisdom, and get the coaching tips that Coach Hadassah and myself give out. And if you are being supported and through this broadcast, we want you just to share this with other people. We are a part of the FX Global Academy where Forex and cryptocurrency collide, and we thank you for the platform. So look, you guys, on this evening, I say tonight, but it's like a little bit after 7 o'clock, right? But this evening, you all, we have a topic that is sure to support and help you all. It helped us, myself, and Coach Hadassah. Why? Because we're talking about motive and intention. This is all connected to your why, your purpose, right? Y'all know this is going to be good. So while we are going to give Coach Hadassah just a second to come back in, I need for all of you guys, and I'm doing it with you guys, we're going to go ahead and tag a friend, tell a friend about what is going on. We're going to go ahead and start tagging and tell some friends. If you're hanging with us tonight, go ahead and drop some fire in the chat. Drop some 7. 7 is the number of perfection. 8 is the number of new beginnings. So go ahead. Let me see that fire. Let me see those good number 7s for perfection, right? And we're operating from the Coach's Corner. So I'm super excited. And you guys have joined. And if you like this, this is gonna be great, you guys. Super great. And we gotta make sure that all this is working right. And I believe it is, with the exception of you guys, Coach's internet is kind of going out. And there she goes. Hey,
yeah,
Coach.
I made it. I fought the robot. Right. I fought the robot. I think I won.
You won, Coach.
I think
Now,
I won.
Coach, are you streaming through our Facebook page or are you streaming through your channel?
Both Facebook and the Coach's Corner on YouTube.
Gotcha. Okay, and I'm looking for the Coach's Corner. I'm trying to find our video on the Facebook page, the live right now.
Oh,
so I can jump in the comments. But
oh no, yeah, didn't get to hook that one up.
Oh, guys,
yeah, we will be up
a lot today. You've been working.
Yeah.
No, you good. You good.
And I'm fading away. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh my gosh. Look, the robots have the end for me today. But yeah, okay. We have everything else going. So good. I want to say
right.
Hey.
Okay, you look fine and you sound great.
Okay, all right, great. As long as everything is cool, you know, we always trying to get these things together. Look, we'll have them together, and the next thing you know, stuff go crazy. But here's the thing about it: I live. There's a lot of trees where I am, you know, so a lot of times that internet, you know, it's just real iffy. So I look forward to. Yeah, I look forward to the move. I'm gonna miss my deck. I really am. I'm gonna miss it.
You may get another deck, Coach. You may get another deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another deck. You better believe that, because I love the deck that I have. But I'm gonna miss that deck back there. It's so peaceful. You know, I go back there and work and all of that great stuff. I like to work in peace. But yeah, Laura said I'm beaming in and out. Yeah, I'm just like coming in and out. All right, so are we ready for the video? Because it's a great one that you chose, Coach Cotton.
Yes, we can go ahead and play that video.
All right, great. Okay, so while we get this going with this video about motives, we're going to go ahead and pull that up.
There's an old psychoanalytic idea which is really worthwhile. It's like a surgical tool, and I would say if you're going to use it in your own life, use it carefully, because you don't want to do unnecessary surgery. And the rule is, and I think this is a Jungian rule, but I can't remember exactly where I read it. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever those might be, and then infer the motivation from the consequences. So if you see someone who seems to be doing nothing except making everyone around them and themselves miserable, and you can't understand why, one of the hypotheses that you might entertain is that they're trying to make everyone around them miserable as well as themselves, and that's actually their goal. And it's hard for people to understand these sorts of things, because when we see phenomena like the Columbine shooters, you know, we always assume that the reason that these people are doing these sorts of things is for other reasons than the reasons that appear to motivate them, or even the reasons they say they're doing it. Because the Columbine killer, especially the more literate one, he said exactly why he was doing what he was doing. It's as clear as it could possibly be. All you have to do is go online and read what he said, and he tells you what he was up to. But people don't like to think that way, because they don't believe that anybody could be consciously possessed of that much malevolence without there being some other kind of cause, like, you know, he was bullied at school, or, you know, he was an outcast. And those things were only vaguely true, and they certainly weren't more true of him than they were true of, you know, how many people in high school are, you know, bullied and somewhat outcast. Jesus, it must be 10%. It's probably more like 30. You know, that doesn't mean that the schools are blowing up all over, you know, all the time. It's a completely insufficient explanation. For a psychoanalyst, roughly speaking, you're a collection of loosely integrated spirits. That's one way of thinking about it. Or some.
Okay, we there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. Love it.
Okay, great.
That video
Great.
it was short, sweet, to the point.
Yes.
And listen, first of all, before I look, because first I love Jordan Peterson. I mean, I can sit in all of his lectures all the time, all day and all night, and be mad at myself when I get sleepy.
Right,
it's like
right.
Just anything that he says. So I have so much to say to that. So first, what do you have?
Look, it was nothing less than 2 minutes. Look, right. It was less than 2 minutes. I know I took notes already.
Yes.
So this is my takeaway, and I was talking about this because as I introduced the Coach's Corner tonight, while you were resetting up to get everything working right, I was like, y'all, motive intentions, and the main thing Jordan said was, you got to know why people do what they do. It just, y'all know, it hit me, Coach, because I'm going, if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, what is the purpose behind it? Like the motive or the intent comes from you knowing why, like the purpose. And that's the main takeaway for me, coaches, because why? Like, I mean, can we just ask ourselves that question? Like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you get up and go to the store? Why do you brush your teeth in the morning? Why? Like the simplest thing, that has to be the reason behind it. And that's what's going to continue to help you grow, to help you develop, to help you get to that goal or attain it, because the purpose is what matters. Like the purpose is the whole reason why you have the intention or you have the motive to do. Right, Coach? I mean, like I said, in those less than 2 minutes, that was my takeaway. I'm like, you know what? The best question was, why do we do what we do? And that's how you even identify other people's motives, by their consequences, like, or by their results. If their results are bad, you can kind of tell what decision was made. You can tell which way they went and why it turned out that way. And you can tell the intent behind it. And so Jordan, he laid it out. But Coach, I can talk about it all day.
Yes. I mean, that was power packed in that, like you said, less than 2 minute video.
Yes.
And what I love about what he said was that it left no room for the wiggle room of excuses, right?
Right.
Because see, here's the thing about it. Right now, like in the scriptures, and of course, you know, it's not a religious thing, but I have to infer back to the scriptures because it said in the last days, right? We should be living in perilous times in the last days. Right. Men should be lovers of themselves, haughty, boastful, disobedient parents, look, without natural affection, truce breakers.
Right.
You really jumped your butt up here?
Black Milk wanted to join this live.
You know what? I cannot. Amber Lee. Come get this cat.
Oh my God.
Come get her. She really jumped. First of all, let me tell you that my cat used to be fat. She was fat. So she couldn't jump on nothing. Now we done changed her food. She done lost some weight. She over here running up stuff, running upstairs, jumping on counters. She been acting a whole fool. See, that's what happened when, these women lose the little weight, get a little fine.
They got they hot girl.
Right there. That girl, now she want to have some ain't even started good yet. She trying to have a hot girl summer. You jump your butt up here.
You guys, look, this be live. Like, at the end of the day, what happens live is for real. Like, that whole black milk situation just happened. Like,
listen, okay. Before I was rudely interrupted by my cat.
Whew. Okay. Jesus.
You know, it's just that. Oh God! Now I need some water. So, and she's still up here. She just better stay on that side of this camera. That's all I know. So, but here's the thing. That's the time. These are the times that we live in. Okay, and then it said to discern and basically avoid, you know, those kinds of people. Well, why? Because if you want to know, like you said, the motives behind what it is that people are doing or whatever, you know, look at the consequences of their actions or look at the results of it.
Right.
And then that's what you can see. Right. And so that's why I was saying it doesn't leave any wiggle room for the gaslighting and because that's what people do. You got the gaslighting, you got what they call it, the flying monkeys. What are the flying monkeys? The enablers, the people that enable that type of behavior because they continue to make excuses for it. You're trying to find some, you know, well, with the reason why. And no, they did what they did. And
right.
You know, like he said, well, if somebody's just going around and they're causing everybody else around them to be miserable, then, you know, okay, well, why are they doing what they're doing? Because they want people to be miserable.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And why is that? Because they're miserable. Because if you were not a miserable person, you wouldn't cause misery around you. I'm a peaceful person. I'm
right.
peaceful, right? But I tell you, I will let folks have the business when they disturb my peace. Period, point
Absolutely.
blank. You know, look, Hadassah, the name Hadassah. This was Queen Esther in the Bible, in the book of Esther. Esther, her Hebrew name was Hadassah. Now, it means beautiful, fragrant myrtle tree. But it's beautiful to smell, but it's bitter to taste. And
right.
why is that? Because Hadassah's character was that of one who was, you know, righteous to the righteous, but bitter to the unrighteous.
Right.
Right? Because you had a man that was out there trying to plot against to annihilate a whole nation of people, and which was her people. And her purpose was that she was set up to be in the position that she was in so that she could save her people. She didn't know what her purpose was until it actually happened. And it was like, this is the reason why I was in this position. This is the reason why I had to be queen. Because I had to be in here to know what was going on the inside, where this man is trying to annihilate a whole nation of people who he don't even realize is my people. And because he's about to try to do that, then I'm bitter to him, right? Not to everybody, but to that one.
Right.
So what was his motive for what it is that he was about to do with trying to annihilate a whole nation of people? Because the man was miserable. That's
Absolutely.
why. And so that's why people do what they do. I'm peaceful. And so what? I like to have peace around me. I like for people to be peaceful around me, or at least, you know, be in peace and all of that. And then what? And don't get me wrong, it ain't always peace, because there is always someone, just like in the scriptures when it said, you know, the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves to him, and Satan was among them. Right. The sons of Yahweh came to present themselves to him, and Satan was among them. So it's always going to be one in a bunch, but that don't mean that one has to take over. But the only way that one, that miserable one, that one that wants to cause misery, because it will never have peace. It just won't be there. The only way that it doesn't spread is if those around do not turn a blind eye. Those around don't just sit there and like, oh, well, making excuses. Oh, well, that's just how they are. And and in the meantime, everybody shot up. They done shot up the club.
Right, absolutely. Right.
I mean, they done ruined families and all kinds of stuff. It's like it's time out for the foolishness. What was that I heard? Oh shoot, it's a saying. It is a saying, but it has something to do with, like, basically the reason why, unrighteousness or evil or whatever exists is because righteous men don't stand up. When people gonna stand up and not just continue to let this stuff abound? You got to call people out on their stuff, and then that's how we don't have these things. But the only way that happens is we have to stop making excuses for the obvious. So that's what I got out of that less than 2 minutes. We have to stop making excuses.
A whole lot. Stop making excuses.
That's a whole lot. I mean, it's good. He said it in less than 2 minutes, but we, the coaches, we have found on what he said. Because we have a whole hour.
2 minutes gonna be right. What he did in 2 minutes, we're gonna do in about 45, so y'all can really get what? Clarity and understanding. Like, in all that getting, you want to get what? Understanding. So we're gonna break it down. But you're right, Coach. You are absolutely right. It's all about that motive and why, like how you gave the example about Esther and how it relates to Hadassah and the meaning behind her name, and then him going to want to annihilate the whole, culture of people, right? But why? That his why was he was pissed. He was really dissatisfied. He was mad because he didn't get this rank and he didn't get this title and all this praise and this accolades. And his negative intent, his ill will came back to bite him, but his behind in the behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just turned out to be totally bad for him, because now King is saying, oh, you do everything that you thought that I was gonna do for you. Now you do it for them. You do it for Mordecai. Pissed
right
off. And this is what negative intent does. Like, we got to understand that each thing comes with a consequence. Your motive, your intention, why you're doing what you're doing, reflects the result. Like, your result is going to be, it could be positive and cool, or it can be not so positive. It can be that negative intent or that negative result, I should say. And so when we're doing this, even like in our platform, Coach, if we go into anything with the wrong purpose, with the wrong motive, with the wrong spirit, guess what happens? That's the result we're going to get. We're going to get negative. Right. We're going to get the negative results simply because we did not even enter into that environment with the right motives, with the right intentions. Our entire why and purpose was already off. And so that's what you do. If you're going into something with the wrong energies, if you're going into it with the wrong mindset, right? If you want something to be positive and in your favor, that's how you think. Whatever a man thinketh, so is he. Whatever your why is, what is your purpose? What is driving you to what you do? And those are the results you would get. We talk about, Coach, a lot about the laws of attraction and things like that. You have what you say, you'll have it, and all these things. Good. But I think we talked about this before on the Coach's Corner. Another part to that, right? Like, just stop and end there. There's another part to you speaking it into existence, you attracting, all those good things, or attracting all those bad things. Because you putting out the bad energies that's connected to the heart and the heart is connected to the mind. Those emotions, which, Coach, you had explained to us very well, that's just energy and emotion. Whatever you're putting out there, you will attract that. And so we got to know and understand, what are we putting out there? What is in our heart? Because that was in his heart. I can forget his name. That was in his heart. He wanted to have all that praise and glory shine upon him. He became jealous and envious, right? And so now his motive from wanting to get rid of Mordecai, and then realize that God already had a plan working through Esther. his whole motive and his whole reasons behind it failed and backfired.
Yeah.
Why are you doing what you're doing? You know, that's the question I pose to myself. Like, even if you get up every morning, ask yourself that question. Why are you doing this again? Something as simple as, why are you going to work every day? Why are you going to the grocery store? Why are, you know, we make things so grandeur when sometimes they're simple. If you want to get from point A to point Z, what are you doing in between? What are you doing with B to Y? What are you doing at that time? How is your spirit? What is your energy like? What are you saying? What are you speaking? What are you thinking? What is your why? What is the purpose behind you trying to get from A to Z, but you got B through Y packed in the middle? What is your faith even like, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, that's the whole point about what is your motive? Why are you even doing it? You know, and this just makes me think about it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and the end is declared from the beginning. Right?
Yeah.
I love my elders. I love all of my elders because it's like you don't understand it when you're younger. But as you get older, you know, I don't know. It's like the energy shifts. That's one thing. Yeah. The energy shifts and you learn how to say a lot within a couple of words.
Yes.
Because those are things you could remember. And I remember one of my elders saying, you can't start off wrong and end up right.
It ain't even gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
You cannot start off wrong and end up right. And I'm so glad that my elders loved me enough to say that.
Right.
Right. And I mean, they didn't have to say it like, you know, like I was doing something wrong. And then it was like, you can't start off wrong and end up right. No, they was telling me that beforehand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a conversation that we having at the table. And, you know, but prior, I mean, not prior to, but just you know, giving that wisdom.
Right.
You know, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation, right? And so that's just some wisdom right there. You can't start off wrong and end up right. And so again, what's your motive? What is your intent? Why are you even doing what it is that you're doing?
Right.
I remember and look, here's something. Here is something, because I'm seeing this a lot, and you just want to make sure that when you're doing what it is that you're doing, you know, everybody, I mean, you know, we want to have a better life. We want to have a better life. We want to have nice things. We want to, you know, well, at least some of us want to build a legacy and leave an inheritance for our children's children, you know, things like that, right? But we have the social media and blah, blah, blah. And this is not things that I'm seeing from, you know, children or teenagers or young adults. I'm seeing this from like
grown people.
You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about 40s and 50s.
Right. You just gotta just say it. Just don't hold back. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Right. And I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, are we really still operating like high school, college students? You know? So what I'm saying is this: we've been, you know, doing what we're doing, being successful, whatever it is we're doing. We're opening up businesses or you know, just whatever it is that we're doing, right? And all of that is good, fine, and dandy. But the motive, why are we doing what we're doing? Right. Are we doing it because we want to show them? Right? I mean, don't get me wrong. You got the naysayers. You do have the people that don't believe in you. You do have all of that. Right. But is that your motive though? Is that why you're doing it? Because I'm gonna show them that I'm gonna be successful, and or are you doing it because this is what your purpose is?
Right.
This is your purpose. This is what you're destined to do. Anyway, and like, yeah, you're gonna have the naysayers and all of that. It's just like two people setting out, really doing the same things, and one doing it because this is their purpose and this is their what they love and their passion and all of that, and the other one that is doing it because this is something that they would have to do anyway, but they're doing it to I don't know, prove the haters wrong, prove or prove.
Right.
Who cares? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, who freaking cares?
Yes.
We have too much energy to the haters. Who cares about them? I just saw something the other day that said haters are like crickets. When they make a noise, when you walk by, they shut up.
I love that. I gotta steal that one.
It's like they gonna be quiet anyway. Soon as you walk by. So who cares about them? As a matter of fact, I actually love the sound of the crickets.
Yes.
What made it so bad? When I read that was so funny to me, and I thought about it. I was like, man, I remember when I lived there. Like, seriously, when I lived there, I mean, we have crickets here and stuff too, at night. But when we were down, it's like a different sound down south than the crickets up north. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. But the sound is different. That's all I know. Because I remember when I went back, I hadn't been down south in a while, and I went back down south. I was, at my grandmother's house and slept in the old room that we used to sleep in when I was younger. And I was like, man, I missed the sound of these crickets. It would actually soothe me and put me to sleep.
Wow.
And so when they talk about, it's like the haters are like crickets. Hey, who cares? Do what it is that you do. Go about doing your purpose and your passion and all of that. Do it for other reasons than to prove. And the sound of the haters or whatever, if you paying attention to it, because to me, the crickets was background noise.
Right.
It wasn't even things I was paying attention to. I'm not paying
attention
to the sound of the crickets. It's just background noise. It could be soothing, but again, don't do it. Just what are your motives? Don't do it for those reasons, because then your motive or intention is ill. That would be ill intent.
Right.
That wouldn't be in a higher frequency energy. Like we talk about those energies, that would actually be in that the higher frequency of the lower frequencies, which would be pride. And what they say about pride before the fall, right?
All day, every day.
All day, every day. You're trying to do something to prove the haters wrong, and then you fall because you're doing it in pride. Don't.
And at the end of the day, it's a distraction. I like what you just said. I had to write down that quote, wherever you read it from, about the crickets, because it is so true. But what it is just like, it's a distraction. It's just a distraction. When people don't want to see you succeed, or people have some type of issue with whatever you're doing that doesn't even pertain to them, it's just a distraction. And what we got to start realizing that we got to just ignore that. Like how you said, tune out the crickets. If a cricket is near me, like I can hear them sometimes, but I just tune it out, because one thing about crickets, you can't never find them when you need to find them. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't never see them.
You can look high and low, and you can't never find a cricket. And what it just says to me is that all the haters, and I'm doing air quotes, is because that's all they are, just haters, or the people who doubt, the people who just in your business, but you looking at them like, what you got going on for yourself? You was way too involved in what I got going on. All it means that it has come to be a distraction to you. But why aren't we developed enough to know to ignore that or tune that out? Right? Because anytime you are intentional about something, the distractions will come. So you have people who are set. And let me say this, Coach, my Mama Cotton, right? She was just talking about with me the other day about familiar spirits. And this is how I'm about to relate this to this conversation that we're having on the Coach's Corner today, is because it reminded me about how our adversary has an assigned spirit that also is familiar to us. It's familiar to our characteristics. It's familiar to what we do, what we like, what we dislike. And
it's
when she was
to our family.
You can say that again. Right. And so my thing is when she was explaining that to me again, because I had heard her say it before, but she was just breaking it down. She was like, why do you think, again, the haters, they know how to come to distract you. They have assignments too. But again, it's up to us to be like, what's it to me? You know what I'm saying? We can make a choice. We can make a decision to ignore that, tune it out. We can make a decision to not even allow it to affect us, because why would it? Who are we trying to impress? Who are we trying to make ourselves look good in front of? Like, if you have a goal you're trying to achieve, and you know that your intent is right, you know that your motive and heart and spirit is in the right place, was it to any doubter or any faithless person or any assigned familiar spirit who has been assigned to you to bring the distractions? Why aren't we able to rise above that and get past that? Like, that's an abnormality in our own thinking. And there has to be some accountability that takes place. The accountability is on us, because we can choose. We can choose to buy into it, right? Or we can choose not to. If we're out here buying into the distraction, it's just going to delay the success. It's just going to impede the growth. We cannot continue to allow these impediments, right? Because that's what they are. Impediments are something that will come to hinder, something that comes to challenge, something that comes to delay, right? Why would we allow an impediment of any kind, whether it's person, situation, circumstance, to affect the success of the victory that we already know we have? I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out, right? Like, if you know with all integrity and your good character, again, we talk about the fruits of the spirit a lot. If we know we have joy, peace, love, goodness, kindness, right? Long suffering, patience. If we already know we possess these things, we already know the outcome of the results that we want. So if our motive is right, if our intentions is right, if the purpose is right, why are we allowing any impediment, any distraction to come and throw us off course? What's so hard about us making the decision to continue to push and press forward to get the expected end? Because what does Jeremiah 29:11 say? It says, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to give you a hope, a future, and an expected end, like your expected end. So if you already know this, why are we over here dealing with naysayers? Why are we over here entertaining a hater, right, with a bad motive? We already know how their end is going to be. We know their result.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. They have an end result too. Absolutely. We hear Megan Lynch. Yeah, Coach, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I was just saying they have an expected end, and we see the results all the time. Yes. We see their results. And so if we don't want those same results, we do things differently. And we definitely check our own intent and our own motives. And we have to stay focused on them every single time. I mean, and seriously, when I'm about to do something, I always ask myself that question. Why? Right? Why am I about to do? Why am I about to do what it is that I'm about to do? If I'm about to do it, but why am I doing it? And am I doing it for this reason, or am I doing it for this reason? And if it's something, I mean, if it's something that's, I just don't do it. As much as I want to, it's like, oh, I want to do that so bad. It's like, don't do not, because again, you can't start off wrong with that intent, because that's an energy, right? You can't start off in that and then end up right. It's just gonna be messed up, and then now you got a whole mess to clean up. So now some people call that, oh, you have this foresight. I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily call that foresight. I'm like, that's just common sense to me.
Right.
But they do say nowadays that common sense is not that common anymore. But maybe it's because we're not teaching it, and we need to.
I like that.
Right.
We need to stop assuming that common sense is common.
Right. And we need to teach common sense again.
Right.
That's what's wrong. Everything starts with education. When we come into this world, it's learning. From the time we're babies all the way up until the time we go, we learn. And if we think we're learning, we are in for a rude awakening. I don't care what we do. We could be sitting on the couch watching TV. We learn that while we watching that TV. That's what the TV is for. It's programming us with stuff.
Right.
And so, hey, we're learning. However, I think let's see, what's it? Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up, Coach Cotton.
It does. Like, I mean, this was simple, you guys. Like, I don't know. Yes, common sense is necessary. You're absolutely right, Laura.
I gotta highlight common sense. It's necessary. It really is. It really is. And we need to, and seriously, like, we need to teach it again, or at least encourage it, because common sense is something that we really it's an inborn thing. Right. I think somewhere along the line it gets sucked out of us or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe we need to just continue to encourage it when we see it, so that, our future generations will keep on, because I don't know what we can do about anybody. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be a lost cause. I mean, anything can happen. But like that saying, I forgot. I don't know if it was a quote. I don't know if it was Frederick Douglass quote or whatever. But it said it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's tripped out, because I was having a conversation with my sons today. I seen some, every time I see some stuff, I'll be like, hey, sons, come on, let's we gotta have a sit down. Sit down. Because I'm trying to save y'all from a whole host of mess out here, that I don't want you turning around trying to blame somebody else for something that you did or didn't do. You will be held accountable and responsible. Let's get this in order right now, so that you will not be out here broke with just a whole bunch of stuff that I see, so-called grown folks complaining about. And it's like, again, it go back to what Dr. Jordan Peterson was talking about. Like, you just didn't think it was a consequence to your actions.
Right. You just thought you were gonna do that, and that was it. Like, no.
And then you're gonna blame other people? No, we're not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Gotta be accountable. Which is a great segue, Coach, to the young guns. Like, you can just go right into that, because we teach that on this platform with Extreme FX. It's a youth development program, and so while speaking about your boys, that just ties right into what goes on tonight with our young generation under new zeal, young guns, youngpreneurs, we call them as well, about the program and the platform they participate in. And it's just, again, a way to have them have a broader thinking, a broader mentality, you know where your kids at when they on them Young Guns calls, when they are a part of a program where they can learn financial literacy, right? Where they can learn to be developed, where they can learn to grow, managing money, changing their trajectory on life. They're out here, they're able to just have a different perspective. They don't have to be doing anything other than learning and growing and then earning at the same time. But Coach, you know, you can expound on the Young Guns. Go ahead.
Yes. I mean, but it's everything that Coach Cotton just said. You know, our Young Guns program, youth entrepreneurship and development. You know, that's what our Young Guns program is. And they're absolutely loving it. It's good because they're surrounded by their peers, right? You know, that's what socialization. They are surrounded by their peers who want better in life, that don't want to do what they see their parents doing. Right. And what do I mean by that? I don't necessarily mean the parents' profession or anything like that. I'm talking about the complaining about their jobs and don't have enough time to really be with them and spend with them, and right. and then doing all of this and can barely pay whatever. You ask them for a couple of dollars or something, they don't have it, just over broke, and right. They want to do that life and they don't want to live it. And it's like, and why? And if you don't want to do it, then why are you passing it down to them and saying, okay, well, this is what you do? They're like, okay, they looking. Well, you did that, and look at
your life.
Right. You don't even like it.
Right. I do not want to do that.
Right. Why are you trying to give that to me? And so here these children they're seeing, and it's great because the parents, at least the parents in this program, are showing like, hey, yeah, I might be in this and I'm trying to get out of that, but then also let me put you in the program, because now, I mean, it's a great, you have that time, you have that opportunity where, because you are still at home and things like that, they can learn this skill set. Okay. Right. You can start making money on this Forex market, just like we're doing, taking a trade ideas. They learn entrepreneurship. They have the personal development, because we have that in our program, and they're with their peers that are doing the same thing. And so it's not even in their minds to do anything, that would cause themselves and others any harm. They don't want to do that at all. Right. I mean, they really, just really have a better way, and they are excited about it. So
absolutely.
Our youth entrepreneurship and development program starts tonight at 7:00 Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to newmembers.org, and the password is ICON. So tonight is our study hall session. So that's usually when we break out into 2 rooms. We'll have the parents in one room, and I'll be there along with Tanny and Tony, and who else is usually there? Kiana, she's one of our master traders, and so she'll be in the Young Guns, in the Young Guns room with the Young Guns, and that's when they're able to ask questions about certain things with trading, things that they're learning. And look, Ryan is always there teaching something.
And Ryan is great. He can teach all day.
Look, he done turned to a whole teacher and in the Young Guns program. That's what that's all about. These children are seeing something, because they're doing different things. They're trying things out. And this is what it's all about. I mean, how did Mr. Fabulous, King Pip, Aaron Maddox, Yana, you see what I'm saying? When they started out trading, right? Chi and Christy, when they start, and it's like, they came on and they were older. And now they're passionate about what it is that they're doing, and they're teaching it. And here it is, we have our youth in the program, and they're like, you know what? I can see myself doing this. I can see myself teaching this too. Right. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's motive in action. Like,
yes.
Look, MIA. I don't got a new acronym. Look, I gotta write it down so I don't forget it.
Right,
MIA. You know,
right.
most people say missing in action, but no, that's motive in action. Coach, you just made me think of something so great because, oh my God, look, I'm sorry. You just really hit something for me. It's just like struck a nerve for me when you just said that whole thing about a lifestyle change.
Yes.
With these youngpreneurs and with the young guns. And it made me think about a story today that happened to me. And I didn't even realize why it happened to me, but I was so frustrated. But now I see why, because as you was talking, that story came back to me, and then the motive behind the Young Guns program. So real quick, you guys, look, Coach. So today, you know, I was out today. I've been out and about. If y'all know my story, I am trying to move because I have outgrown my current situation. And it's just time for me I need to go to a new level. And like, look, y'all pray with me, right, with the right heart, right spirit, and the right motive, please. Play with me and for me that God opened up this door. So look, you guys. So today, leaving my property, we have an access gate. Coach, now you know how I feel about people just being ignorant. I'm gonna say ignorant to keep it G, but my spirit wasn't saying ignorant, but I'm gonna say ignorant for the Coach's Corner. They were just being some ducks today. So the exit gate, right? The bar, this car goes under, but the bar comes down before she can get through, right? So I pull up behind her, another car pulls up behind me, and the car behind me is blowing. Keep in mind, I can't go nowhere because old girl is stuck, right? And so I'm like screaming out the window, like, hey, you gotta back up, because it's on a sense. I'm like, hey, back up. That way it can reset and then the bar will lift so you can exit. But she's looking at me like I'm the nutcase of the whole operation. And the car behind me is steady blowing. I'm like, look, I'm trying to tell her how the process works. Well, you know, my spirit is overly frustrated at this point because this car is honking. She's just looking like she's going to sit there. So, you know, I go, Michelle, there's a decision that can be made in this situation, right? This whole gate story just kind of just tied into everything that you were saying. I'm going, okay. So I'm like, I got to be solution oriented because I'm not about to sit here all day because as more cars are trying to come out. So I go, okay, Lord, what's plan B? What is the alternative? What is another method for me to get out of this situation? I'm just trying to go. So I take out, you know, our access gate is operated by our cell phone. We just push a button. So the entrance gate is free as a bird. Ain't nobody coming in. So you know me, I hit the button, the entrance gate open up, and I go out that way. Oh my God, well then here come everybody like, oh, genius idea. And so I passed the lady, right, who still hasn't backed up on the exit gate. And so I'm going, why am I so frustrated? What is happening? Why did she not do this? And it just made me, here's the link. I said all that to say when you was talking about the Young Guns, they found the plan B. To not have the traditional lifestyle as their parents, to not experience the same broke mentality, the same way that has not been working. With the Young Guns development program, youth development program, they figured out another strategy. There was another alternative. And now the motive behind the intent with me having to exit this gate some way, somehow, by any means necessary, right? So are the Young Guns in this program. The mentality and the mindset has changed. They are no longer looking at what their parents have done for generations after generation after generation, teaching them this same non-working method. And now by them being in this program, the motive is I have to do something differently. I can no longer do the same thing that they were doing, that they're miserable, they're unhappy, living in discontentment, paycheck to paycheck, like you said, just over broke, right? And they are choosing, they made a decision with the right motive, with the right intent to now change the plan. There was a plan B. And this program has provided the platform to learn a skill set that will change their lifestyle forever. Also changes the career field. Like, this is an industry that's not really tapped into. There's very few minimal people in this industry. So now you have 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 10-year-olds learning how to trade today, where others are 40 and 50 years old who just got into doing it successfully. But had they known this 10 years ago, where would they be now? So guess what happens? The 17-year-old Ryan, the 10-year-old Zahara, the 15-year-old Jasera, they are doing this now. And guess what? In 3 years, in 5 years, where would they be? They can have the lifestyle that they want, and they can teach this class. This is a whole new industry. This is a whole new field, that because it took one parent to say, Hadassah, you're going to get in this program. You're going to learn how to trade, and you're going to be good at it, and you're going to learn this skill. And now you have a Ryan Rogers, right, who done took off
oh my God,
and can
Jasara.
instruct the class. Right,
Jasara
and now can instruct the class. Yeah,
I didn't know Jasara was 13.
I didn't know she was 13 either, but yeah,
I
Sarah, so I think I said 15, but 13 years old.
Right.
Crazy.
Jasara is killing it, okay?
I'm talking about doing videos, doing trainings, doing enrollments and trading. And these are younger kids who decided, coach, to have a different motive to get a different result than people our age did not get. They said no to that option. I'm getting out of this gate. I'm taking a different strategy. And I'm going to end it like that because, I can talk about this all day, because those young guns really motivate. Why? Because they have the right motive. And we all know, when we're going to talk about root words, y'all know how me and Coach go into the etymology of words, right? What is motivate? Motive. That's all it is. They have the right motivation because they have the right motive. All right, Coach. Right. I'm sorry. I had to just jump on that soapbox real quick.
So yes, come on over and join us on the Youth Entrepreneurship and Development Program, starting in a few minutes, about 3 minutes. So again, that's newmembers.org, and the password is ICON. And then we will see you all again on the Coach's Corner on Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And look, what will we be talking about? We're continuing this topic of the intentions and motives. Yes.
We're going to hit more intentions, Coach, because I know you know this. I'm pretty sure you do. There's a difference between motive and intention. So we're going to get in more intention. So it's the motive versus intentions. And Friday, we're going to talk about intent.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you all again on the Coach's Corner on Friday. And come on over to the Young Guns program. Look, I logged in already. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to be let in. So come on in. Right? Yeah. We're waiting at the door on Zoom. Newmembers.org, password ICON. All right, you all have a great evening. Peace.